Have you ever watched a man speak to a woman and seen her melt? Not because he was the most handsome man in the room, not because he had the best clothes or the flashiest car, but because he carried himself with such unshakable presence, such quiet strength, that she couldn't help but be drawn in. This is the power of a high-value man. Most men talk to women trying to impress them. High-value men don't. They're not chasing attention. They're commanding it, without even trying. The truth is, women are listening for something different than what most men are saying. They're not just hearing your words, they're feeling your energy, your tone, your pace, your calmness under pressure, your sense of grounded masculinity. And when you understand how high-value men actually communicate, not just with words but with energy, subtlety, and presence, women don't just hear you, they feel you, they trust you, and they're drawn to you on a level that most men never even tap into. So let's break it down. How do high-value men talk to women? Let's get into it. 1. High-value men don't rush, they slow down the conversation. Average men race through their words like they're trying to win a game before the buzzer. They feel this internal pressure, say the right thing, impress her quickly, or you'll lose her. But high-value men, they move slower, deliberate, measured. Why? Because they're not trying to prove anything. They already know they are the prize. Slowing down your speech, using pauses, silence, and even controlled eye contact, these are subtle displays of confidence. You're not rushing to fill the space because you're comfortable with it. That stillness, that patience, it creates anticipation. It signals, I am in control. Women feel that difference. It calms them. It builds tension. And it communicates volumes without you saying much at all. Pro tip: before you speak, take a brief pause. Breathe. Let the moment hang. That beat of silence, it shows you're grounded. That's attractive. 2. High-value men speak with intent, not for approval. Here's a harsh truth. Most men speak to women seeking validation. They fish for laughs. They drop compliments hoping for a smile. They try to entertain. But a high-value man speaks with intent. He says what he means, and he doesn't care if it pleases her. He isn't reckless or rude. He's simply not bending himself to gain approval. When he gives a compliment, it's because he genuinely means it. When he disagrees, he doesn't hesitate to say so, calmly and directly. He doesn't need her to agree with him to feel worthy. And that non-neediness, that inner wholeness, it's magnetic. Because deep down, women aren't looking for a performer. They're looking for a man who's real, who's solid, who speaks truthfully, with clarity and confidence. 3. High-value men use silence as a weapon. Silence terrifies insecure men. It feels awkward, like something needs to be filled. But for a high-value man, silence is powerful. He's comfortable with quiet moments. He lets her talk. He listens, truly listens, not just waiting for his turn to speak. That silence, it draws her in. It gives her space to feel seen, heard, understood. It also forces her to invest. If he isn't constantly filling the space, she will. Remember, talking less is not a weakness. It's a sign of control. It shows restraint. And women notice the difference. 4. High-value men don't brag. They let their presence speak. One of the biggest communication mistakes men make with women is overcompensating. They try to sell themselves, mentioning their career, their car, their gym routine, how different they are. High-value men never do that. They let their presence, their tone, their eyes, and their composure do the talking. A man who is truly confident has no need to prove it. In fact, the more a man brags, the more he reveals his insecurity. Women are extremely perceptive when it comes to authenticity. They can smell performance a mile away. You want to impress a woman? Stop trying. Be who you are, but be it fully. Stand tall. Speak calmly. Make eye contact. Ask thoughtful questions. That leaves a deeper mark than any list of achievements ever will. 5. High-value men ask questions that pierce the surface. Where are you from? What do you do? These are the standard surface-level questions most men ask. High-value men go deeper. They create emotional connection through curiosity, not interrogation. They might ask, what's something most people misunderstand about you? When do you feel most alive? What's the craziest thing you've ever done for love? These types of questions catch her off guard. In a good way. They break the routine. They signal depth, emotional intelligence, and most importantly, they make her feel something. Because at the end of the day, women don't fall for men who impress them. They fall for men who make them feel understood. 6. High-value men speak with a calm, commanding voice. Think about the men women find attractive in movies. Denzel, Clooney, Idris Elba. These men don't shout, they don't talk fast. Their voices are smooth, deliberate, and steady. That tone, calm, warm, but firm, is deeply attractive to women. It signals leadership, safety, and strength. If your voice is shaky, fast, or erratic, women pick up on it instinctively. It reads as nervousness or lack of certainty. Practice slowing down your voice, deepen it slightly. Breathe from your diaphragm, not your chest. Speak as if your words carry weight because they do. A calm voice isn't just about attraction, it's about dominance, in the quietest way possible. 7. High-value men never chase, they invite. This is one of the most crucial distinctions. Insecure men chase women in conversation. They try to keep her entertained. They pepper her with attention. They follow her lead. High-value men invite her into their world. They don't chase, they attract. They may tease playfully, or they may challenge her. But they do it with warmth and strength, not desperation. If she pulls back, they don't panic. They simply let her go, knowing their value remains intact. And that non-chasing energy, that's what flips the script. Suddenly, she's the one leaning in. She's wondering, who is this guy? Women don't want to feel like the prize. They want to earn the attention of a man they admire. Let her. 8. High-value men don't try to be liked. They're comfortable being disliked. Most men want to be liked. High-value men, they're okay with being disliked. Why? Because being respected matters more than being liked. Because authenticity matters more than approval. A high-value man speaks truthfully, holds boundaries, and doesn't sugarcoat his beliefs. That doesn't mean he's disrespectful, it means he's real. And women can sense when a man is censoring himself just to keep the peace. It feels weak. And weakness, in masculine energy, is repelling. If you stand for something, stand fully. Not everyone has to like you, but they will respect you. And that respect, that's what creates real attraction. 9. High-value men speak to women as equals, but carry the masculine frame. There's a difference between treating a woman with respect and giving up your leadership. High-value men speak to women as equals in dignity, but they never surrender the masculine frame. They lead the conversation. They hold the emotional tone. They stay grounded, no matter what emotional waves come their way. That masculine container is what allows a woman to relax into her femininity. She doesn't want to lead the interaction. She wants to feel your presence guiding it. So when you speak, do it from a place of calm leadership. Make decisions. Hold space. Maintain poise. That energy? It's deeply masculine. And it's what women crave on a subconscious level. 10. High-value men. Know that it's not just what you say, it's how you make her feel. At the end of the day, words are secondary. What really matters is the emotional experience a woman has in your presence. When you speak, are you grounded, calm, playful, thoughtful, secure in yourself? Or are you trying to win her over? Trying to perform? Trying to impress? Because if a woman feels safe, seen, and challenged by you, she'll remember you long after the words fade. She may forget what you said, but she'll never forget how you made her feel. Outro. Bringing it home. So, how do high-value men talk to women? They speak slowly with calm confidence. They listen deeply. They ask thoughtful questions. They don't chase. They don't perform. They don't bend. They radiate presence, purpose, and poise. And most importantly, they communicate not just through words, but through the grounded masculine energy that women can feel. So the next time you speak to a woman, remember this. You don't have to be the loudest, the flashiest, or the funniest. You just have to be real, grounded, certain in who you are. That's what makes a woman lean in. That's what makes her trust you. And that's what makes her want more. Because high-value men don't talk to women to impress them. They speak to invite them into a different world, one she won't want to leave. So now you know, how high-value men talk to women has little to do with pickup lines, charm, or clever comebacks. It has everything to do with energy. It's about the energy you bring into the room, the calm in your voice, the groundedness in your presence, the quiet strength that says, I don't need to prove myself. I already know who I am. Because in a world full of men trying to impress, the man who simply embodies confidence, speaks with purpose, and listens with presence. He stands out without trying. Make them feel understood. Women feel it. They trust it. And they remember it. So don't focus on saying the perfect thing. Focus on being the man whose words carry weight, because they come from a place of depth, integrity, and self-respect. That's what women love. That's what makes you unforgettable. Speak like a man who's already enough, because the truth is, you are.